Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Botania with myself, Lewis. It'll be brilliant. Have yourself a great day, as always. Now, before we get into the amazing botanicalness, I would like to say, I hope you've all had a great Christmas, or holidays, or day, or whatever it is you celebrate around this time of year. I hope you've enjoyed it. I spent 2 days off to go and see the family, have a drink, have a bit of eat, and all that good stuff. And I tell you now, I'm feeling the after effects of it, but I think we need to get back into making videos. You know, I've had my 2 days off. That's enough. I need to get back to the old working. So, here we go. So now, today what we're going to do, because in the last episode we made the enchanting area, and I would like to play with some new flowers. So, we're going to use this guy, which we made before, but we never got to use it, which is the Hyacidus. And we're going to need a way of generating more mana. So I'm going to make myself a Entropinium, and we're going to use this to make some explosions, which should be kind of fun. Now, I got most of the bits I need. I just need to grab myself a dark grey flower. And this should do the trick for us. Here we go. And we'll infuse one of these. There we go. And they should be enough to make this guy. So let's throw it all inside here. So we need some of you, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There we go. And then you, and you, and you. Nice. One Entropinium. Alright, so let's find a place to do this. I'm going to do it a little bit further away today because we're going to make a tiny little structure that's hopefully going to be able to yield us some more experience and yummy stuff like that. But I kind of want it close to the base so that we keep it loaded for doing this. Now, I think here could actually be a really good place to do it. So let's clear a little bit of land. Oh man, I should have brought my horn with me. Here we go. Let's clear a little bit of land. And we're going to pop this guy probably around here. There we go. Good stuff. And we're also going to want ourselves a mana spreader. You know, all the general bits. So let's get a mana spreader and a mana pool. And we'll put the spreader here. There we go. And the mana pool can kind of go somewhere around here. Nice. Alright, so how this guy works is when you let off TNT near it, it will suck up the explosion and turn it into mana. And it generates a fair bit of mana at that, because you know, TNT's not, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. So we're definitely going to need a bunch of that. Now, oh yeah, no, I did. Good stuff. Alright, so we already got some TNT. Let's grab some... Well, only flint and steel. I thought I had flint and steel. Turns out I don't have flint and steel. That's alright. Let's make a lever instead. Cool, cool. Here we go. So this is going to explode. It's going to grab all that good stuff for us. And we're going to use this mana, hopefully, to bring over some friends. And then with these friends, we're going to poison them. And then we're going to reap the rewards of their poisonedness, which is going to be very good. So let's place you down and let's see how this works. Oh yeah. Very nice. Alright, so that ate the explosion. And that's in there. And it's in here. Fire. Oh. That'll be why. Thought I was going mental then. Nice. So yeah, this guy makes a load of mana, like an absolute ton of the stuff. You can see how fast this is going. You do have to be a little bit careful though, because you have to bear in mind that the Entropinium cannot suck up any more explosions when it has mana inside it. So we couldn't let another one off now. If we didn't have another one now, it would blow this whole area up. So you have to be a little bit careful about when you set off your explosions. But you can see that it's making a good amount of mana pretty fast. It's a nice way of doing it for some sand, some gunpowder. And don't remember, you can make gunpowder with flint if you have your alchemical Majobi. Here we go. Let's set another one off. So we'll do you there. I don't know if I can stand near this. I can. There we go. Good stuff. And you're going to make me a load of mana. Alright, so let's set up a little place around here where we're going to do this. Now, I don't know if I should make this out of dirt. If I should just be mega cheap and make it out of dirt. I think I'm going to make it out of dirt and be proper cheap. Because, you know, cheap's a good way to be. So let's do this. We're going to do it probably around here. We want to get a decent bit of size on it. And I'm sure you'll probably start understanding what I'm making once I get a little bit further into it. But let's bring this up. There we go. And out. And we're going to bring it all the way around so that I can beat on some toes. Yes. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so toe beating is in process. Now, we do want to bring this up as well, so I'm going to bring it probably about 5 levels up, 5 blocks up. And then in the middle, we should place all our gubbins. The good thing of making this out of dirt, though, is that at least we're going to be able to make it look all grassy and stuff, so it might match in a little bit. I might go get myself some pasture seeds so that I can grow some grass on top of these and see how that looks. Alright, here we go. So let's do that. And I think a couple more layers should do it, just to make sure they can't jump out, because we don't want any jumpage going down. There we go. Okay. Alright, I think that's going to do for now. Alright, let's set enough one of these off, because we want to make sure we get this going. Cool beans. Go on, eat it. Good stuff. So let's make our flowers that we're going to do for this. Now, I would like to make some of the ones that are kind of floating. Now, I haven't made a floating majigger in a long time, but I need to know how to do this. So we need pasture seeds, which is grass inside that. Okay. Because this just means we don't have to take up 2 blocks worth of space. We only have to take up 1 block's worth of space, which is pretty handy. And I'm going to make myself some shears, I think. Yes. Let's grab some shears. Cool, cool, cool. I should really make some mana shears. Have I got any mana? I have got mana. You know what? We're just going to make mana shears. There we go. Much easier. And then that way, it'll use the mana inside my, that's on my person so that we don't end up wasting anything. So I grab all of you. Good stuff. Let's turn these into pasture seeds. And we'll place them on top of here. Good stuff. So we're going to pasture seeds. Pasture seeds? Pasture seeds. We're going to pasture seeds. We're going to need a couple of you. Cool, cool. And now we should be able to make our first one of these. So that with a pasture seed and some dirt. Or other way around. No? Is that not how we do it? Is it that way around? No? How do we do this? Ah, okay. So we need you, and then you, and then you. Is that how we make it? No? Does it not work like that? I thought we could place these guys on top of them. Or maybe it's only the generating flora that allows to be placed on top of those. Oh, it does look that way, doesn't it? Although they're on top of these, they are on top of them. Oh, there must be a way of doing this. Oh. Hold on, let me go have a look and I'll be right back. Alrighty then, so I figured it out, which is good. We need to make ourselves a floating regular flower first. So the ones that have the recipes, we need to do those. And you need to make sure they're the glimmering flowers, not the regular flowers. And that can go right like that. And then we can add our Hyacinthus, and it gives us a floating Hyacinthus. So that's exactly what I am looking for. Now we need one last flower for this to be able to work. And this is kind of a new one, I would say, but it is a Vazkii Lotus. Totally an extra utilities rip-off. But for this we need a Rune of Water, Rune of Sloth, and Rune of Lust. So this is pretty expensive, but it is pretty good. So we need Lust, we need Water, wherever my water ones are. Let's have a look. Water, Lust, and Sloth. And then we need some Purple, we need some Lime, and we need some Black. So let's grab a load of these. Purple, lime, or black. So I know we needed 2 blacks, didn't we? Because we need to do 1 mana and 2 regular. And we need some purple. There we go. And to finish it off, we need a lime petal. You know what? I'm going to change these up now and then put the petals back in there. Just in case I accidentally throw it inside the old soup. Because I've got a pretty good habit of doing that. Now we need to turn both of these into that and one of the black. So let's grab a black. And both of those. Good stuff. And I think that is almost it. We just need a redstone root to finish this off, which is going to need a little bit more of this, I think. There we go. So a redstone root. It's made of that and a little bit of redstone. And that's going to be pretty good. Now, I haven't mentioned this before, but a lot of the flowers that you have can actually be controlled via a redstone signal. So bear that in mind. You can go ahead and do that if you would like to do that. Am I out of redstone? Am I really out of redstone? Where have I used all my redstone? I must have used it for making... Oh, no, there we go. That's how I must have used it when I was doing all my stuff with the redstone majiggers. Alright, so now that we've got that, let's grab our... What did I do with my stuff? Oh, there they are. Alright, grab a bit of you. Bit of that, bit of that. And you can go back in there. Good stuff. Alright, here we go. So, let's fill this back up with you. Cool, cool. And we're going to need here, and here, and here, and here, and this, and that's a pretty expensive. That, and then, woof, one Vinculotus. Very cool. Now we are going to need to make another one of these floating ones, so let me grab another one of these flowers. Now, is this a glimmering one? It is. Good stuff. Alright, so we'll turn this into a floating one. So we need you, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. There we go. And then our Vinculotus. Cool, cool. And we're pretty much ready to go. Although I think I might have to wait for it to get to night time for it to actually work properly, but it's going to be good nonetheless. So, let's make our way back on top of here so that I can finish it up. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our Vinculus around here somewhere. So let's put it here. And you can go here. Good stuff. So they're not taking up too much room. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple more layers to the top, just to make sure that these guys can't get out, because that would suck. Now, I did try this in a test world and it worked fine. I was a little bit worried about the placement that the Vinculotus is going to work within, but it does seem to place them inside here. So if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, and you probably do because it's probably in the title, we're going to be making a little Enderman farm. And the Vinculotus is basically going to intercept any Endermen that are travelling. So when they teleport, it intercepts them and it drags them or makes them teleport to that flower. Now, I was a little bit worried because, you know, it says it travels to the flower, but I didn't know if it travels to a spot around the flower. So, you know, like when you have a skelly spawn or a zombie spawn and they can spawn around it, and they can also spawn outside of the walls. I was wondering if it would do that. From having it on the side, they might spawn out here. But it turns out it seemed to be working just fine in my test world. So any Endermen that are around are going to go into there, and then they're going to do that. Now, this is linked to this, and I really don't know how much mana they're going to need to function, but hopefully it's not going to be a great deal. That one's full, and our higher side is full. Maybe it's going to be worth giving it a little bit more juice, so we'll give it a tad more. And then it's really just a waiting game, because we have to wait for a ender guy to come around so that we can trap him and get poisoned. Now, I don't really know how many endermen you actually get during the day. You know, it's just one of those things you don't really watch, do you? You know, during the night you get a load of zombies, you get a load of scallywags and things like that, but I never really keep track of how many endermen you get, because they're always jumping around all over the place. It's just something you don't really keep track of, is it? So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and we're going to do that. I might pasture seed the top of this, because I think pasture seeds turn this into grass. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh, look, it even looks really cool, doesn't it? I like that. And, oh, we might want to go and put some lights on top of here, actually. Have I got any torches? I don't have torches, but I do have glimmering flowers all over the place. Let's grab you, and you. And that should do the trick. I don't really want guys, you know, spawning on the top. It ruins the fun. If I'm trying to do the killing and a zombie falls on my face, that's not really cool. So I'll pop one there, and one there, and that should hopefully do the trick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to spend a lot of my TNT on getting some awesome manners, and we'll be back probably in about one night's time to see what we've gathered inside here. I'll see you in a moment. And here we go, we've made some friends. Look, we've got some ender guys in here with us. I've been placing all of my TNT down here so we can make some mana. I've actually got a fairly decent amount of mana, which is kind of cool. Makes loads from these TNT, which is great. You can see the guys are inside here. They've been attacked or poisoned by our poison plant, and they're all down to literally a little slappage away, which is very cool. I did have to go and find one of them and get him to come after me, so I kind of got beaten up a little bit, but hey, that's fine. But you can see they're all just one hit away because we poisoned them down, and it works quite nicely, yeah. And this has only been one night, so I guess if you set something like this up and you just let it run for ages, you'd eventually have a load of endermen, as long as you keep the place loaded. Hence why I did next to my house, because we haven't got any chunk clothes or anything like that. So I left that there, and it worked. Although I would say it's probably best not to make it out of dirt, because I had to keep filling in holes because they kept grabbing my my dirt blocks, which is definitely a thing. So you kind of would want to make it out of something else. I'd make it out of something that they obviously can't pick up, and then you should be just fine. Hello there, Mr. Zombie. Hello. But I like this. I really like this setup. I like the amount of mana that this makes, actually. It makes a surprisingly large amount compared to what I was expecting. It might not look like much is in there, but, you know, that's only from, like, 15 bits of TNT. And these mana pools can hold insane amounts of mana. To get that much mana that fast is pretty much unheard of, really, in Botania. You have the basic generation, you have the lava generation, we have things like the Kekimuris and the Munchdew, those which we haven't shown off yet, but to build up mana that fast is not really something that you see that easily, so I very much like the Entropinium. Yes, it's very cool. And then we've got our two flowers inside here, the one that will grab our Enderman for us, our Vinculotus and our Hyaccidus, to poison them down to one slap, and then we get our experience, and we get Ender Pearls. Very nice. Cool beans. Alright guys, well that's going to be that for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. We found a funky way to make a little Enderman farm. Think what this would be like if you did it in the end though. My lord. You would have Enderman for days, all inside it doing their thing. It would be pretty cool. I would be interested to know how this would do if you just left it for a few days. Obviously, I've only done it for one night, but leaving it for a few days might yield some pretty good results. We'll have to see. And it didn't really use up any mana, which is very nice. I didn't notice any drop in mana while I was making it, so these obviously don't use, the plants up there don't use as much as I thought they would, which is brilliant. Cool beans. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always, and goodbye.